Good midday to you, one and all. Yeah, temperature has changed. There's a change going on out here right now. Things are started out a lot warmer earlier in the day than what they are now. And but guess what? This is still the day the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Kathy, bless you for being here. Tell Mahogany we said hello, hello. Praying that she is doing well, praying that all is well, praying that God is continually blessing over and over again. Tamika, bless your sweet potato soul for being here with us on this great Thursday. It is a great Thursday, and doesn't matter what the circumstance or the situation. It's still a great day. It's a great day for opportunities, a great day to give God glory, a great day to expand all that God is doing in your life. Okay. Thank you so much, Iris. I appreciate that so much. Cora, good midday to you. Timothy, good midday. Good midday. Good midday. Minister Sarah, good midday to you. And so, if you would, yeah, Mika got you. Ain't that about nothing? And I love every second of it. I know, Cora. I know. But we are grateful again. Chaplain Hearns, bless you. Good midday to you for each and every one of you being here with us on today. If you don't mind, if you would be so kind to share, that would be absolutely fantastically wonderful. And if you did that, we believe everything will be just fine. Okay, everything will be just fine. So we welcome you one and all to this snapshot, this moment, these a few moments of me being able to share with you on today the nuggets that God has dropped into our spirit through the word of the Lord, so that we can be the kind of people that God has created us to be. And I think that's something that is overwhelmingly important for us to recognize, that we were created. Okay. And so in the midst of it all, and she did share, and in the midst of all of that, um, we are thankful to God for you one and all. And so we're getting back into the groove of things. And my sinuses are cutting up horrifically, but it's okay because I'm gonna still be here Sunday. The odor from the work that they did to remove the asbestos from the church has done a job on me, but I serve a God who is able to do above and beyond all we could ask or think. And so we're grateful to God for that and for you. So in about 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and share. I'm going to go ahead and make this deposit into you so that you can come forth more powerful and more productive than you have ever been before. And so again, for those of you who have not yet done it, please share. Sherry, bless you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I got a difficult subject to deal with, and I know probably many of you, as you looked in Luke chapter 14, probably will not have seen this, but I plan on. A Legend is doing just fine. As a matter of fact, I'm getting him one day next week. I'm gonna take him so he can get him some shoes so he can walk. Um, he's trying, but he's a barefoot baby. He don't like shoes on his feet, and he walks on his toes. And so we're going to get him some shoes so that he can start walking. I don't know why I'm advancing this, because when he starts walking, that means there's more he can get into quicker than he can crawling. But all is well. So yeah, Legend is fine. My daughter texted me and said he's waiting on you. I already know what that means. Doe, bless you. Hold it down there in the good borough of Midland, Pennsylvania. Well, today's encounter is going to be difficult. Don't change channels. Don't change channel. Don't try to run. Don't try to run. Don't try to hide. It's going to be different. And the reason it's going to be that is due to the fact, Elder Clay, bless you, my friend. We're talking about following Christ. We're talking about forsaking. Elder James, bless you for being here. We're talking about forsaking family and friends and circumstances and situations, not abandoning them, because that's not what Jesus is talking about. He's talking about not allowing their influence, their positions. Good midday, LMA, bless you. Good midday, Carletta. And not allowing their influence. Oh, let's see. How do I want to say this? To hamper and to get in the way. But one of the greatest things that Jesus is dealing with is sometimes an Achilles heel in the African American community. Yeah, this gonna be one, and Cora be don't start talking about curling up your toes and all the rest of that stuff, because I want to deal with something, because the Lord dropped this in my spirit as I was going over the lesson, and I need us to know that there is also some other things that we can do that may not always bring glory to God, because we allow the allurements of life to get in the way. And I'll share a personal testimony. I paid my car off, and the amazing thing about it is, in your mind, you start looking at another car. There's nothing wrong with my car. My car is just fine. But it's something about, once you become debt free, that something gets inside of you. Hey, Pamela, how are you? That makes you want to go back in debt again, because you see something new and something different from what you already have. I'm just checking to see if y'all with me, because I know some of you are going to change the channel on me. Some of you are going to be like, we don't want to hear that. But I got to deal with this. It's actually in the text. How many times have we gone out on limbs unnecessarily? How many times have we caused ourselves financial heartache, financial strain, because all of a sudden you see something that someone else has, or you see something that you want, and the problem is you have not calculated what it takes to not just get it, but to keep it. I'm gonna deal with this, because even when it comes down to purchasing a home, purchasing a car, purchasing appliances, we sometimes, and this is the reason we can't tithe. Woo! Oh my God. Oh my God. This is the reason we can't support the work of the Lord financially. Hey, Valerie, how are you? Tell Dad we said hello. Is because we have burdened ourselves unnecessarily. Now, please don't take this the wrong way. Denise, how you doing, dear? I am not saying that you should not go out and buy stuff. I am not saying that you should not have fineries. I'm not saying that you should not have a nice car or a nice apartment or a nice house. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. Carolyn, bless you. Good midday to you. But what I am saying, Minister Marcia, is sometimes the lusts of flesh, the desire of things and stuff, will place us in a position not only that we can't tithe unto the Lord, but we may not even be able to pay the bills. Okay, good. I'm glad Dad's listening. Hello, sir. How are you? And sometimes, hey, Vernice, how you doing? And so because we don't take the appropriate time to calculate, one, the down payment, to calculate the payment. And then here's what happens now. And I don't know about anybody else because I'm getting ready to date myself when I say this. Cars now are financed for 7 to 8 years, which is unheard of from the generation that I come from. The most that most cars were ever financed for were 4 years. The reason for it is I don't have nothing to put down on it. So since I don't have enough money to put down on it, okay, then I'm at the beck and call of whatever the dealership through the finance company decides I am worthy of, because number one, my credit rating is probably 400 and something rather than being 700 or 800, because then they changed that. Minister Faye, how are you? It used to be a 730 was a class A. Now it's 850. And so all of these things have changed unbeknownst to us. And so depending upon our credit ratings and how well we have paid our bills are a determining factor as to whether we actually qualify for more. And the problem is we'll get more, but we'll get it at a ridiculous interest rate, and we'll get it at a ridiculous term. But we'll get it because in the beginning, when we first purchase it, man, we ride fine, we live and fine. But then we forget that it takes gas and it takes insurances and it has utilities and different things that come along with it. Are y'all still there? I just want to say, hey, Linda, I just want to see if you're still there. And so what happens is I can't tithe unto the Lord, because if I tithe, then I don't know how I pay the rest of my bills. And I'm struggling to pay my bills because I can't pay my bills on time because I'm too busy satisfying me. It's actually in the text. It's actually in the text. Look, Luke chapter 14. Lord have mercy. Hey, Pat, how you doing? Look at what it says. Luke chapter 14, verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower does not sit down first and count up the cost as to whether he has enough to finish it? Lest after he have laid the foundation, he is not able to finish it, and those that see it will mock him. Now, I'm not talking about a car being repossessed because you lost your job. It's not what I'm talking about. What I'm dealing with is the fact that we are so, hey, Walina, how are you, dear? We are so overwhelmed with want that we forget to live within the boundaries. Because if we are not found faithful over a few, we will never be ruler over many. I had to count up the cost when I got ready to get the car that I just paid off not too long ago. I had to count up the cost. I had to see, number one, I had to put more money down on it because I needed to bring the payment within reason. Please don't shift on me right now, because I need us to get this. Because this is one of the reasons why that we live in the burdens that we do, is because we will do something and then we'll go buy something else and we'll go buy something else and we'll refinance something else and we'll redo this and we'll redo. And they're happy to see you because they know you don't know how this thing works. He says, if you're going to build something, the first thing you need to do is calculate everything it takes to get it done. Had to figure out, what do I need? Gelada. Hey, Pastor Nelson, listen. Hey, Minister Rhonda, I need us to get this, because this is the reason why we have no wealth in the African American community, because we are so busy distributing it into everybody else's pocket but ours. Oh, Jesus. I know, because, and they have, Walina, they have studied us. They have calculated what is necessary in order to allure us into their pockets, to the point that we will forsake the necessities of life for the sake of bling and blang and riding fine and living large. We don't cook no more. We go out to eat. I am not a hater on cooking or going out to eat. Please do not crucify me behind that. But what I am saying is there's some things that I do or have done that I really didn't need to do. I just did it because I wanted to do it. And then I suffer on the other end of it. Look at what the text says. Look at what the text says. Look at what the text says. Which one of you intending to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it? Because if you don't finish it, then folk talk about you. You ever ran into somebody that needed transportation? What happened to your car? Oh, it broke down. No, it didn't. They took it. Why did they take it? Because I wasn't able to make the car note. And what I failed to understand is that once that happens, hey, Wayne, how are you? Once that happens, then my credit rating suffers. And when my credit rating suffers, I'm not able to purchase what I desire at a reasonable rate because I have decided to do some things that weren't necessary. I don't have to have the latest clothes. I don't have to run up. I have how many charge cards? About 3 or 4 zero balances. Why? Because I just don't have to have everything. I have to calculate. And especially the closer I get to retirement, I have to calculate that there are some things that I'm used to that I'm going to have to adjust. Which one of you does not sit down and calculate what it takes? Okay? Because if all you can do is build there was a major TV ministry in Akron, Ohio. It was Rex Humbard. I cannot think of the name of what it was called. A major worldwide ministry out of Akron, Ohio. And he decided that he stop it, Vernice, stop it. Okay. And so what am I gonna do with y'all? And so, hey, William, how you doing? And so he decided that he was gonna build this tower and this restaurant, this revolving restaurant. That he was gonna build out in Cuyahoga Falls, but he didn't calculate. And they began to build on it, and they got so far, and to this day, that tower sits there incomplete because of the inability to count up the cost. Sharon, good midday to you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I don't have to have the latest car. I don't have to have the latest gadgets. And that's a struggle for me because I like the latest gadgets. I like the greatest. But when I can afford it, that's when I do it. Let me read it one more time. How much time I got? Let me read it one more time, because that's the reason why Black folk don't have no wealth, is because we don't know how to keep a penny. Lady Harrison and I invest ourselves into a coma. Okay. You better talk to me, Gelada. And so in the midst of this, the reason we are able to leave as much money to our children after we die as we can is because we're thinking about more than ourselves. When we die, we leave debt. When white people die, they leave inheritances. Cathedral of Tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Elder James. Cathedral of Tomorrow. That's the name of the ministry. It was worldwide. And because he didn't calculate properly. I'm going to tell you something else. Let me help you. Let me help you. Victor and Trinette. The reason I didn't go with phase 3, which would have been the fellowship hall and all the other stuff, is because in 2008, the bottom fell out of everything. And the Lord said, don't you do it. Because the church would not have been able to afford it. And I understand grant money and all the rest of that stuff, but what happens when that grant money runs out? Our tithes and offerings, shrinking economy, shrinking membership because people done retired and moved away from Youngstown, and we still would have been knee deep in debt and not be able to pay it. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. Y'all ain't catching this. Y'all ain't catching it. And so he says, after you laid the foundation and you can't finish it, folk talk about you saying, and here's what they say: the man began to build, he wasn't able to finish. How many things in your life can you not complete because you don't have the money to do it? And Jesus is dealing with money. Okay. Did you hear what I said? We put money into Arabs' pockets. We put money into white people's pockets. We put money into Asians' pockets. We put money into everybody's pockets but our own. We have nothing to show for our existence but a car and debt. And then I'm going to get in trouble and I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to finish this up prayerfully tomorrow. Because there's more to this. There's more to this. And we don't care. I want to live well. I want to live good. I want to be able to go. Lady Harrison and I, 3 days in San Francisco, we went on a 15-day Panama Canal cruise. That's why we were gone so long. Okay? It was needed and we could afford it. Now, I know somebody going to say something arrogant and stupid about the fact that now you break. No, we were supposed to do that a few years ago, so the money was already there. But because of COVID, we didn't go. I could go out right now and buy anything I want to. I refuse to do so because it feels good to have a cushion again. It feels good to be able to accumulate and figure out how much more money do I want to put into investments. Because I have to think beyond my lifespan. Which one of you, let me read it one more time. Which one of you intended to build a tower does not sit down first and count up the cost, whether he has enough to finish it, lest after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it will begin to mock him, saying, oh, he didn't even have enough money to finish this up. Listen, I gotta go now that you're a little frustrated with me. Because there's another part to this. If we are going to be financially stable, then there's some things we are going to have to learn to control or to calculate appropriately. So not only do we not find ourselves in repossession, but we also don't shame the cause of Christ. I love y'all. I really do. Because you know what? In order for me to teach something like this, I have to love you because I know I probably stepped on some toes and some other things. Hey, Casper, and all that other kind of stuff. But here's what I need you to know. If we're going to build wealth, we have to learn how to control ourselves. If we are going to be what God has called us to be, we have to learn how to control ourselves. And we got to stop being and moving off of every whim just because we see somebody else do it. Doesn't necessarily mean that we should as well. I got to go. Got to go. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I might not see y'all tomorrow. Who's no telling who gonna show up tomorrow after this one. May God bless you. May he keep you is our prayer.